Are you confused with fragrance terms like sillage, niche, notes, nose notes? That was just a little nose notes humor. We like that fun. Well, you're in luck because today at Knowsnotes, we're going over my top 7 fragrance terms that I think are important for you to know when getting into this community, starting now. Welcome to Knowsnotes. We did it. This is our very first video. We here. We made it. Here at Knowsnotes, we cover all things fragrance related. We're talking Glade air fresheners, car little tree air fresheners you put up in your ride. I'm talking WD-40. I'm talking sweat. No, we're not talking about none of that. We're talking about fragrances. We're talking about perfumes. We're talking about colognes. We're talking just anything related to those. Today we're going over my top 7 fragrance terms for fragrance beginners. When I first got involved in the community, I saw a lot of terms I didn't quite understand. And of course, quick Google search will fix that. But I was like, why not make a video going over a few that I feel you're gonna come across a lot, especially in your first few weeks, months of getting into fragrances. Now, there's gonna be a few terms that you might be familiar with in regards to other things, not necessarily fragrances. So hopefully people that are new, you're gonna get something from this, and then maybe even some of you veterans to the fragrance game are gonna get something out of it too. Before we get started, I wanna introduce something that we're gonna be doing on a regular basis on this channel. And what that thing is, it's gonna be our scent of the week. Now I know a lot of other people have their scents of the day, and even I have my scents of the day, but you know what? For you guys, for my viewers, we're gonna introduce this scent of the week. Now, here at Knowsnotes, our scent of the week is what we wore that garnered us the most compliments, that we enjoyed. And you know what? Maybe that we didn't really enjoy. Maybe didn't get as many compliments as we expected to. But that's okay. Because what you'll learn after watching our videos is that I wear what I want whenever I want to wear it, and I really don't care. Just as long as it's smelling good. You know? What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. So with no further ado, let's introduce our scent of the week. It's Maison Margiela Replica by the Fireplace. This one's really nice. I really like this one a lot. It was one of the first ones that I bought, added to my collection. It really is. It's like probably like the top 7, like one of the first, like the top 7 ones that I actually purchased. But I really love this one. My wife loves this one. It's super dope. There's some really nice accords in this. It reminds me of roasted marshmallows. I know people, big guy smelling like roasted marshmallows. I know, man, but whatever. I wear what I want. Sue me, all right? No, don't sue me. Don't do that. Let me know if you guys have this one, you guys and gals, all right? Let me know if you have this one, what you think about it. If you guys want me to do a full review on it, comment down below. Enough small talk. I've been rambling long enough. Trying to make you guys laugh. Hopefully it's working. I hate to look like an idiot. Who am I kidding? I don't look like an idiot. This is fun. Here it is, finally, my top 7 list for terms for fragrance beginners. Number 1 on our list comes natural to me because it's in the name of the channel. It's in the name of what we do. It's on our Instagram. It's on our Snapchat. It's on our YouTube. All right. And that first term is notes. Now, once I finish defining in my own words what notes are, hopefully those of you who are confused about like, okay, what does notes mean? Yeah, some thought was actually put into it, and hopefully you understand it by that. Notes inside of your fragrance, they're like the ingredients. That's what's inside of the fragrance that makes it smell so good. I'm talking ingredients like rose, vanilla, tonka bean, bergamot, grapefruit, things like that. Notes as they pertain to fragrances are typically broken down into 3 different categories. You have your top notes, your mid notes, and your base notes. That top note is usually that enticing scent that just, man, it smells so good, and it really attracts you to that fragrance. Most top notes generally last from anywhere between 10 and 30 minutes. 10 is a little low, but from my experience, about 10 to 30 minutes is how long you can smell that top note. The top notes in By the Fireplace are orange flower blossoms, cloves, and pink pepper. Next up, we have the middle notes. The middle notes to me are very important. I believe they make up the strongest impression of the fragrance as a whole. You have the top notes starting to evaporate, but you still kind of smell it. And you have the middle notes emerging. And so you have that nice combination. And actually, speaking of combination, that's one of our terms. It's not combination, but you'll see. Anyways, back on track. And by the fireplace, we have guaiac wood, guaiac wood. Okay, sorry. Guaiac wood, juniper, and chestnut. Lastly, we have our base notes. Your base notes are going to be like the heaviest, the strongest ingredients or the notes inside that fragrance. Is what they put a lot of attention into, and that's what you're going to be smelling the most. The base notes and by the fireplace are going to be Peru balsam, cashmere, and vanilla. All nice scents. I approve, obviously, because I'm wearing it. I love it. Now that we've gone over notes, we're going to get into our second term. Our second term, term number 2, is going to be accord. An accord is when 2 or more notes are joined together and they're combined to create an entirely new scent. For all my music people out there, and maybe you just dabble a little bit, you've recognized accord before because it's the same idea. You have different sounds combined together, makes up a whole new sound. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Don't get confused. There's no lemon in By the Fireplace. It's just me being crazy. Anyways, if you recall earlier, I mentioned that By the Fireplace has this marshmallow scent to it. No, the note breakdown says nothing about marshmallows, so obviously it's the accord. It's making that entirely new scent. Overall, By the Fireplace gives me this sweet, smoky marshmallow accord that definitely reminds me of sitting by the fireplace. If you guys have that one, just what accords are you getting? Most people I spoke to, they get the same thing. Is they I smell marshmallows. All right, cool. Number 3 on our list is the dry down. The dry down. This is a good one. Well, they're all good, but this is especially good. The dry down is the final phase of the fragrance. It's what we're smelling hours after we already sprayed it. It's the final countdown. It's when the fragrance isn't necessarily as strong as it once was. You still can smell some of those base notes in it. Maybe even get a hint of some of the middle notes. But it's coming to it. This is the end of its cycle. The dry down is so important in my opinion. There's so many people they go hit up their local store, their Sephora, their Saks, their Nordstroms, their Macy's, and they'll spray that fragrance, and then they say, "Oh man, this smells amazing. Oh, this is great." We all see them. Some of them they don't actually buy anything. It's kind of messed up. A common mistake that people make is they'll spray a little bit of the fragrance. They say, "Okay, I like the way it initially smells." They'll take it to the counter. "Excuse me, I'd like to purchase fragrance." Get it, take it home, and realize they don't really like the complete dry down of the fragrance. To avoid this problem, just first ask if they have any samples they can give you. If you can't do that, spray some on your skin and leave. Come back another day, let it develop on your skin, see how you like it, and then come back and purchase it. Just don't rush to do it. You could end up rushing to buy something you really don't like. Number 4 on our list is performance. All right, broken down into 3 different groups. We got projection, we got longevity, and we got sillage. First up is projection. Projection is how far your little scent bubble travels around you, from wherever you sprayed that fragrance. Like if I sprayed on my neck, depending on the fragrance, this is what I got right here. By the fireplace, I get about 3 feet of projection. My wife, she can smell it from about 3 feet away. "Oh, you smell so good. You're wearing By the Fireplace." If she's not getting mixed up with Tom Ford nor Extreme, not the same. Just kidding, baby. I love you. Back on track. If you want to play it safe, just think of projection as your personal scent bubble of fragrance that's around you, smelling heavenly. Next, we have sillage. Sillage. Sillage is it's like the trail of the scent that you leave behind you. It literally comes from it's a French word. It means wake, like waking a boat, like a boat. Going through the water. It's not the sound that boats make. Boats don't go. But all jokes aside, just imagine if you're on a boat or you see a boat going through the water, and as it's traveling, it has water that's dispersing and being displaced off the sides, and the white water that's coming from the side of the boat. That's similar to sillage. So just picture yourself, get your projection going on, you're moving forward. It's the scent trail that you leave behind you. And finally, we have longevity. Longevity, it's kind of self-explanatory. but it just, you know, it's how long your fragrance lasts. By the Fireplace, I get about 6 hours longevity. Number 5 is going to be concentration. Really, really important term. And the reason why is because we're often taught to understand that perfumes are for ladies and colognes are for gentlemen, right? Well, that's not necessarily true. You see, fragrances have been historically known to be genderless. There's no special formula that's specifically for men or women. The way that it works is that now they'll have advertisements out that are gearing it more towards a specific gender, but it's really doesn't matter. You might have some things that may be a little more feminine or a little more masculine, but at the end of the day, you really just wear what you want to wear. So basically you have 4 different groups. You have EDCs, you have EDTs, EDPs, and parfums. There's a few other ones, but just for the sake of this being our beginning video, we're just going to go over those 4. First up, we have EDC, or Eau de Cologne, which contains about 2 to 4% concentration of the perfume oil. EDT, Eau de Toilette, contains about 5 to 15%. EDP, or Eau de Parfum, contains about 15 to 20%. And Parfum contains about 20 to 30% concentration. Generally speaking, the higher the perfume concentration, the better performance you're going to get. Number 6 brings us to types of fragrances. And what I mean by types of fragrances, I mean designer versus niche. Now, as you get deeper into the fragrance community, you're going to see a lot of people making a big deal. They hype up, okay, well, niche is better than designer. Not necessarily true. It all really comes down to what you really prefer. Designer fragrances are going to be from houses that are just that. They come from designers. So you have your Gucci, your Louis Vuitton, your Yves Saint Laurent. They produce things other than fragrances. Now, designer fragrances are going to be usually going to be mass appealing. They're going to not be as exclusive, and you're generally going to be able to find them for about $150 and lower. And you can find these at your places like Sephora, Macy's, and Dillard's. Now, niche, on the other hand, they're going to be a little bit more expensive. In some cases, a lot more expensive. You're going to be able to find those for $150 and up. They're generally a little more artistic. They have better, more expensive ingredients in them. And of course, as a niche house, they only create fragrances. And those fragrances aren't just necessarily for your body, the perfumes you spray. Some of them make body wash, some of them make moisturizers, air fresheners, things like that. You'll be able to find a lot of your niche fragrances at your higher end department stores, places like Nordstrom's, Saks Fifth Avenue, or Neiman Marcus. And term number 7 is gray market sites. Gray market sites within the perfume community are online perfume retailers that sell these perfumes completely legitimately for a lower price. You might be asking yourself, okay, well, how are they selling these same perfumes for a cheaper price? Well, the way that it happens is that, say a bigger boutique or a store has to get ready for new inventory. They're about to get everything that's ready for the new year, and they kind of want to push out some of the older stuff. So a lot of times they'll get a hold of these gray market websites and they'll sell their inventory to them, and then that gray market site ends up selling that back to the consumer for a cheaper price. Keep in mind, you may be getting an older batch of that particular perfume, but they do a pretty good job of making sure they're not selling you something that's faulty or defective. Well, that's it. We just wrapped up our very first video and our first top 7 list. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like, comment, subscribe, drop a comment down below. Let us know what you thought. What can we do better? What are some terms you want to see in the future? What are some fragrances you want to see us review? Let us know. And to stay up to date on everything new with Knowsnotes, hit us up on our Instagram, our Facebook, or our Snapchat. And don't forget to hit us up here. Like I said, hit that notification bell so you never miss a new video. I'm Ori with Knowsnotes, and when it comes to smelling good, wear what you want, whenever you want. Stay fresh, stay blessed. We'll see you next time. Peace.
They say Mike's about to blow though. Tell me something that I don't know. With the crowd bouncing like bogles, you can come on the tour bus, just please no photos. Up the ride like Somo, cause we be going off on the off nights. Cause I've been on every single song I put my pin on. No, they don't know, or maybe they starting to. Cause I work so hard that it's hard to